All right, all right, all right. So, welcome to workshop, you guys. I'm super excited for this workshop. This is one of my favorite workshops of the year, and it's one of my favorite topics to teach. We're going to be going over scheduling and time management skills. So I got a couple tips for you guys. I'm just going to start by just diving in. So the first thing that you guys are need to do, the first step is going to be creating a Google account and getting a Google Calendar. So this right here is Google Calendar. It's a calendar app provided by Google. You can get it on your phone as well as the computer. And I really like using it on the computer and then making smaller changes and smaller updates on my phone. But we're just going to dive into what it really means to have time management skills and how to use this Google Calendar to our biggest advantage here with Vector. So first thing when creating a schedule for anything is you want to put in the big stuff first. You don't want to put in all the tiny little things because then they start to pile up and you don't have room for the big stuff. So you want to put the big stuff in first. So what the big stuff is stuff like demos, phone jam, team meeting, workshops, just the big heavy things that are going to be the most influential for your guys' success. So I recommend for a part-time, so like a rep that's doing this job part-time, I recommend 10 to 15 hours of Cutco work. That's like 7 to 10 demos on top of team meeting, workshop, and maybe a couple PCs kind of sprinkled in there. A full-time schedule is 20 plus hours where you're doing 10 to 15 demos plus team meeting, plus workshop, plus phone jam. So anywhere from 10 to 20 hours is like part-time, full-time. So let's really break down what a part-time schedule of Vector and Cutco would really look like. And I just want to give you guys like the model and just like the example of just kind of how to base your time management skills off of. So let's go ahead and dive in and get the big events. So every Thursday, we have team meeting from 5 to 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover over Thursday, and then I'm going to hover over that 5 p.m. mark. I'm going to do a drop down and go from 5 to 7. And then this little pop-up will come up. You'll be able to add a title. So I'm going to call this team. I'm going to call this team meeting. And then it says every Thursday, February 9th from 5 to 7 p.m. It says time zone. And then this button right here that says does not repeat. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to say weekly on Thursday. When I click weekly on Thursday, it'll put it in my calendar every single week on Thursday from those times. So I don't have to go through and create my calendar, my schedule each week. It just gets put on a rotation. So you guys don't have to like dive in deep every single week with your guys' schedule. The next thing that I want to go ahead and show you guys as well is this little mark down here. What this is going to be is this is going to be able to choose the color of your guys' events. So for me, I make team meetings green because I make a lot of money when I go to team meetings. So I turn it green because green's the color of money. So I'm going to go ahead and click save right there. And now if I go to the next week, team meeting will pop up right there Thursday from 5 to 7. The next big event that we have is obviously workshop, and that's going to be every Monday from 5 to 6:30. So I'm going to go ahead and title this workshop. I'm going to go ahead and title this workshop. Make sure that it's on a repeating schedule for weekly on Monday. And I'm just going to make all of our office events green and then click save. So boom, we got workshop and then we got team meeting. So those are two like main office events for the week. Now is kind of the fun part. This is where you guys really get to choose when you guys want to work. So for example, let's go ahead and dive into an example schedule of a rep doing a part-time schedule with Cutco. So a part-time schedule is anywhere from 7 to 10 appointments. So what I would recommend is doing a demo after workshop, so 7 to 8:30. And I would just title this demo slot. And so what this is saying is that there's a demo time here, and I plan on doing a demo at this time, but I don't have it booked yet. So let's just make this weekly repeating on Monday. If you know every Monday night after workshop, you have an available time to do a demo, boom, you're right there. It's perfect. So that's going to be our first demo time and our first demo slot. I recommend just for right now that we do all of our demo times in the afternoon, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we can start to do them more midday. So a demo before team meeting would be a good idea. So doing like 3 to 4:30, and go ahead and just title this demo slot. And then changing this to weekly on Thursday. Before team meeting, hopefully being able to get a board, an order on the board, and then stacking up Saturday. So Saturday, I would start at like 8 and go to like 9:30. Title a demo slot, boom. That's always a great time to do demos. And then I'll make that weekly on Saturday. And then something else that's pretty cool that you can do is if you click on the event, you can click options and then duplicate and click save. Now I can take this and move it down to like 10 o'clock, change it for this and all following events. And I don't have to go through and manually create each one. So I'm going to hit duplicate right here and boom, this and all following events. And then I'm also just going to come down here, hit duplicate and put this right here. So we have a demo for Monday after workshop, Thursday before team meeting. We have a pretty stacked up Saturday, and let's do about 2 presentations on Sunday. I recommend doing Sunday afternoon just because some people might be at church Sunday morning. So we'll go ahead and do demo slot here as well on Sunday afternoon. Put that on a repeat and then save. And then we will go ahead and duplicate this one as well. Perfect. So with this schedule right here, we have 2, 4, 6, 8. We have 8 demo slots booked up right here. And this is like a perfect part-time schedule. So between team meeting, workshop, and all of our demos, right now we're sitting at about 9.5 hours, about 9.5 hours of work right here. 2 hours for team meeting, about an hour and a half. So I guess that's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 hours plus 2, which is 14 hours, 14, 15 and a half. So we're sitting at 15 and a half hours right here of work. And I would say that this is probably a good part-time schedule right here. But as you guys can see, there's a lot of blank space and a lot of empty space left open. So there's a lot of time. So if you guys are like in school or doing this job part-time around another job, fitting through a Monday through Friday schedule would be pretty easy, be pretty doable. But what I also like about having these demo slots in my calendar too is that when I'm phoning, I can say, hey, I have Saturday at 8 or Saturday at 10, which would be better for you, or Saturday at 12 or Saturday at 2. Thursday at 3. I have these times and I have these options available. So when I'm phoning, I know when I can offer times. So once you guys put in your demo times and your team meeting times, then I would say putting in phone time is going to be really important. So let's go ahead and put in 5 before and 5 after. So I'm just going to put right here 5 times 5. That's just going to be our 5 before, 5 after. And we're going to make this a dark green so that we know that that's what we're doing. And so I'm just going to duplicate this event. I'm just going to drag it down between all of my demos and all my demo times so that I know to make my 5 phone calls before, my 5 phone calls after, and that I'm guaranteeing myself always having demos ahead. So I have my 5 before, 5 after on my Saturday demos. We can go ahead and create some more for our demos over here as well. And then we can slide down right here. And then let's go ahead and duplicate this one. And then, oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Here we go. So we can just make these our 5 before, 5 afters, just to make sure that we're always having a demo ahead. And what I really like about this setup as well is that you'll always have a large weekly view on when you're working, when you're not working, and you can really prioritize your guys' time and know when you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to be, and who you're supposed to be there with. And then let's go ahead and duplicate this last one. So boom. So now we got our 8 demos in, we have our 5 before, 5 after, and then we have our 2 main events for the office for the week. And now it's time to put in the other stuff. So now that we have the big stuff in, like work and guaranteeing ourselves a big paycheck at the end of every single week and opening up our bank account on Friday, excited to look at our paycheck. Now it's time to put in the fun stuff like friends and family and like hanging out with the boys. So for Friday, let's say Friday night after 4 o'clock, you and all your friends are going to hang out. You can just go ahead and title this 4 until, I guess, midnight. You can just title this Friends and Family. Just title this Friends and Family, and we'll make them pink. So Friends and Family. And then let's say on Wednesday night, you want to hang out with the boys for a little bit, starting at like 7 to, let's say, 11. You can title it. I'm just going to title it F. I'm just going to title it F and F, Friends and Family. You got some friends and family time in there. Cool. So now we got our friends and family time. Oh, let's say like Sunday, you guys go to church in the morning and like you have like church time. You can put church in here. And we'll make church orange and then save. Cool. So we have church with our family. We have friends and family time, friends and family time. Now let's go ahead. Now that we have friends and family time in, let's go ahead and add the little things like food when we're going to eat. Let's go ahead and put like habits like working out, journaling, diet, and that sort of stuff. So Sunday afternoon, let's say we're going to spend 2 hours at the gym. We'll go ahead and title this gym. And then let's go ahead and just duplicate this guy. And let's move him over here. Let's say we want to work out 4 times a week. You can put that right there. Let's say on Wednesday morning, let's say we want to work out 1 time Wednesday morning. Let's go 7 to 9. So now we have church, we have our demo slots, workout time, we have gym, friends and family. If you guys meal prep and you want to meal prep for the week, that'd be a great like Friday activity. So like you can put right here for 2 hours, you can say, go to store to get food. So you can go to store, we're gonna make meal prep this color. And then we're gonna go ahead and cook for the next 2 hours. You say cook for the week. So now you don't have to worry about when you're going to make food or when you're cooking or worrying about spending money constantly on fast food. You're all set right here, right then, as well. You're all set. And then from here, we can also put in other things too, like habits. So if we want to wake up every morning at like 7 a.m., yeah, let's say we want to wake up every day at 7 a.m. Let's move this gym time. Let's move this gym time to Thursday after team meeting. Let's go hit a little late night sesh, 8 to 10. So let's say we want to get our wake up habit. So let's say we wake up every day at 7 a.m. So you can say wake up and then / eat breakfast. That takes about an hour. So we're going to put that on a repeat for daily. And let's make it, I like that blue color. Let's make it blue. So boom, we have wake up and eat breakfast every day from 7 to 8 a.m. And then let's say every night we go to bed around 10:30. And then we can say, go to sleep. So now what we just did is we created our sleeping habits as well. We have our workout habits. We also have We have our workout habits, we have our sleeping habits, friends and family. We still have majority of weekdays like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday open. Friday, really not working at all, spending a lot of time with friends and family. But you can start implementing like your class schedule in here. So you can put when you have class, where you have class, where you're going to be at. So like hanging out with friends and family, Saturday weekends. You can put date nights in here. Let's say Saturday night after the gym. Let's say that's date night. You don't want to miss that, right? The girlfriend, the boyfriend will be really upset if you miss that, right? So let's like make this date night. So this is just like an example schedule of what your schedule could really look like around another job, around school, whatever it might be. But as you can see here, I started with the big stuff and then I built and added in the small stuff around when I wanted to work and when I was working. So so this is a really fun thing, a really fun and easy thing to do. Google Calendar also has an app as well where you can see this on your phone. It will send you notifications. So if I change something on my phone, it'll change on my computer. If I change it on my computer, it'll also change on my phone, which is pretty cool. So this is a really nice color coordinated schedule. I didn't want to put too much on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and even parts of Friday, just because I didn't know like if you guys are like in school or working part-time or whatever it might be. But this is a good like part-time schedule that I feel pretty comfortable and confident in teaching you guys. So use this to your guys' advantage. Knowing when and where you're supposed to be is such an advantage with everything that you do. You can start planning when you're spending time with friends, when you're spending time with family, with your significant other, when you're going to church, when you're working out, when you're preparing and meal prepping for the week, right? All these are small daily actions, but we're just putting it on paper, putting it on something so that we know when and where we're supposed to be. So that's my example of a good part-time schedule. But that's mainly everything I got for you guys. So now what I want you guys to go ahead and do is get a Google Calendar, go in and put 7 to 10 demo times in there, 7 to 10 appointment slots, the 5 befores, the 5 afters, put it in front, time for friends, time for family, time for yourself, whether it might be gym, another activity, another habit that you guys may have. And then put in the little things like meal prepping, any habits. If you want to start journaling, when are you going to journal once a week? When are you going to plan, when you planning to schedule, when you're planning on making phone calls, right? So these are all small daily things, but I want everyone to go ahead and take the next 20 to 15 minutes just to sit down and really dive in with this calendar and really dive in with this schedule. Once you do that, I know some of you guys are going to be watching the recording. So once you do that, go ahead and send a screenshot of your guys' schedule to me so I can just review it and make sure that we're on the same page with everything as well. But that's everything I have for time management. Go ahead and get your Google Calendars. It's been the biggest life changer for me personally, because what do you always have with you? You always have your phone, right? So it's nice to have your calendar on you at all times. So with all that being said, that's everything I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or rest of your night whenever you're watching this. And I look forward to seeing all your guys' calendars here soon.